here. And that's around the corner. We still have to get signed in.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sorry that you're having a rough day. I know how that can be,
All right, there.
especially when you're working with people who don't want to work with you or give you a hard time.
I'm covering for your doctor.
Oh,
so-
okay. I understand. And I'm supposed to have a C&P and they're out too.
Oh, really?
And they called me at the last minute and I was all confused and I've been hurting all day. No one wants to seem like they're in beds or anything. Stuff like that.
Alright, we're going to the left.
Okay.
All the way to the last room on the right.
Okay.
I don't even think the light's on in here. Have a seat right there.
Okay.
My name's Stacy, by the
Hi,
way.
Stacy.
You wanna? Alright, let's get your blood pressure. It's probably gonna be sky high.
Yeah. As always has been.
Well, I was gonna say because of the walking and the
Nothing been
hurting.
Yeah. Well, has been around 164, something like that. Well, they say it's the bottom you gotta worry about, not the top. When that gets rough, high, that's when you gotta worry. Because mine's been up to 260.
Okay. Yeah, it's going up. How high does it usually run?
That's about normal.
That's normal?
Sometimes. Because I've been under a lot of stress. I had to take my neighbor to her appointment this morning. I had to, I tried walking for about 20 to 30 minutes, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And because my weight's fluctuating, I'm getting a little bit bigger now. So I'm trying to, get all that back in order. Because some months I'm better than others. Some months I'm worse. And sometimes I can walk and sometimes I can't. So, and it varies from month to month. And when I eat my normal regular food, I gain a little bit of weight, which makes me have to start working again. And I'm doing what I need to do, not what I want to do. You get what you need.
Huh?
You get what you need.
Yeah.
Not what you want.
Wish we could get what we want. That would be nice,
Yeah.
wouldn't it? This room's different. It's got a. Okay. I gotta log out.
That's
Much better.
168.88.
Much better.
Because I just had a lot of stress because I was supposed to have a C&P appointment this morning, and they tried to cancel it at the last minute, and I was all confused and having pain all morning. So I still came.
So they
because,
canceled it?
yeah, last minute too, and I'm all confused and Still needing to see someone because of the pain since this morning, and so I just came on in to kind of kill two birds with one stone. Because Dr. Venus is giving me 750 Salsalate, 550 naproxen, and I'm on some methacarbinol and things
When's
like
the
that.
last time you saw him?
About 10 days ago. I don't know. Somewhere within that time. I'm like 3 pounds heavier, but that ain't no big deal. I was 315 then. Now I'm 318, so.
I wonder what it has to do to get me into it. Spins and spins and spins and spins. Alright, on a scale of 1 to 10, how bad is the back?
It's about a 7.
And what's going on with the ankle?
Well, it's mainly on the side ankle where the injury is, and it's got the whole ankle is almost crushed. It's not even healed properly,
Uh-huh.
and they can't really do surgery on it because unless they do a bone graft or something like that, because it's all messed up.
And
in there
it's
too.
your left ankle.
Left ankle with scars.
How bad would you say that pain is?
That's about an 8. A little bit more because it's my major weight bearing.
And that was your history of surgery
Yeah.
and major weight bearing leg.
And my right's always been my strongest side, but you know, with what I've gone through with the left, it's becoming stronger too. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I have damage to my sacrum, coccyx, and the pelvis itself is turned into the right somehow, supposedly from a 3-story fall. It's all confusing when you look at the CTs and X-rays too.
How did you fall?
I was locked out in my barracks room and they didn't have a master key, so I tried to get in through various different ways, including the window. I fell from a window. At least that's the last thing I remember, so. They woke up in the ER in pain, and they told me when I got to my room I'd be bedridden and stuff like that, so they thought I would be paralyzed. But 2 weeks later I got out of bed anyway, because they have you on a liquid diet for like 2 weeks. Then they tried to put me on solid food, but my small intestines had died in the process, so I couldn't digest solid food. So that's when I just prayed to Jesus. And within 24 to 48 hours, they tried me on it again, and I started to digest the food somehow. And that was about 2 weeks after the fall, and then from the rest of the time, I was started getting out of bed when they said that I would be better. And then I went from bed to wheelchair to walker to crutches for a month. Within that month, for the whole month of October, I was just steadily improving. And then I went home on convalescent leave for 30 days, and let's see, I was on crutches the whole time. And then when I got back, so I was about 6 weeks on the crutches, or 5 to 6 weeks on the crutches. And then after the crutches, I started walking normally in December for about 2 weeks with a cane. And now I'm needing the cane again occasionally and to walk and things like that. So I'm just trying to, work everything out I'm going through. And I tried to work on it for 2 years, but couldn't do that because of the pain, and went on disability, but they rated me more for the paranoid schizophrenia. But I'm trying to get them to rate the back too, because it's not about the money, it's about them acknowledging what's wrong with it, so that if in the future I can get treated for it right. They didn't even give me a back brace or an ankle brace or anything like that for it. You know what I mean? To help you to walk on it. They're just giving me a cane. Well, that might work to a point, but I might need a brace for the ankle and the back. They didn't even do
Yeah,
that.
it's a long process.
Yeah. So we all have problems and nobody's perfect except for Jesus, of course.
True. Alright, let's get these vitals in. Why is this not? When you're not in your spot, everything is different.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So how long have you been on the cane?
Well, ever since the fall. I mean, back in '94. So it's about 23 years. And sometimes I can walk without it, but then I get numb in my left leg, especially.
Okay.
And like if I try to really push it, like walk more than 30 minutes or an hour, that's when I start feeling numb.
How tall are you? Do you know?
5'8".
And how bad is the pain on a scale of 1 to 10?
Like I said, 7 for the back and 8 for the ankle. And I'm also feeling a little bit of shooting pain down the leg itself, right in the thigh. That's about a 3 right there. 3, 4, somewhere there. I don't normally flare up, but sometimes it can. And also a little bit in the lower buttocks area, towards the center.
So you saw Ed here.
Huh?
Eduardo?
Yeah.
Mr. Ortiz?
Yeah. About a week or 10 days ago, something like that. And he was talking about ordering me some of the some other medication, something to start with the T. But I ain't got that yet either, so I don't know what's going on.
So when are they going to do your CMP appointment?
They gotta reschedule it, and I left a message with the lady. So either they'll send me a letter or let me know.
So they're going to reschedule.
Yeah. Cause I guess the CMP had an emergency this afternoon or something, cause that's when they called me, right before the appointment.
I have no, because they're in another bill. I mean, I only
I
work
know.
my little area.
Your little section, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they try I'm sorry.
Car what?
It's not cars. I think, well, what's the word? When you put things in the individual's bracket,
Drop.
no,
Insert.
this compartmentalize, you know?
Yes.
They're compartmentalizing, you know? That's all.
Yes.
Because it's like radiology does a different job, the doctors do a different job, the nurses do a different job. It's all compartmentalized or something.
Yes. How long ago was your fall?
It happened in on September of 1994. 15th.
1994. And it's your lower back.
Yes, ma'am. Mid lower back around the sacrum area. And sometimes it can radiate to the left, to as far as the middle buttocks of the buttocks.
Radiating to the left.
Yes.
So pain scale on the back, you said a 7.
Mm-hmm.
Here's me, Melissa. And it's your left ankle, right?
And center to left buttocks. Center back to left buttocks.
Okay.
To about the center of the buttocks. For the back. Because that whole area was damaged pretty much.
But they recently did this ankle surgery.
No, that was when I fell. Too, because they did everything then, so trying to fix it. But that's why they said I would be bedridden because it was so damaged in the back too. I mean, if you were to see the X-rays, that would blow your mind because it's blowing mine. I'm walking on it because the nerve damage would be paralyzing. That's why they said I would be bedridden because the part of the bottom part, and it's like a triangle, is wedged to the left and it's supposed to be in the center, and it's also to the right.
Wow.
Not in the center. About say a half an inch to 3/4 of an inch to the right. It's all supposed to be in the center. And part of it is compressed in the spinal cord itself. I've seen Memorial did a CT scan of it in 2008. And I looked at the CT scans. As it goes down, it compresses and then widens and then compresses in certain areas too.
Wow.
I mean, it's not fully
Kinda
compressed.
scary.
Yeah. Well, that's probably why they said I would be bedridden, you know. I mean, that means you're going to be in bed all day. But I still got up anyway because I was taught you don't lie if you can do something if they say you can't. You know, you don't pretend to be any injured than you are type thing.
Right.
And I felt like I could walk on it. And even if it took me like a month to get up and get up fully to where I could be on crutches.
Mm-hmm.
But I did it.
Wow.
So just either sheer determination or sheer faith in Jesus or whatever you want to call it. But
So rest still helps with the pain.
yeah, if I lay down for like hours. And I'm trying the medications, but they work, for maybe, they can get it down to like 2 or 3, but it never goes away, you know what I mean? It'll lower, but it never really goes away. And, I also know you have arthritis with bone breakage and stuff like that. So
Yep.
that's what I'm thinking that it's mainly is, somehow the nerves are functioning, but the bone is so badly broken and the arthritis is just so high, I can't really function on it anymore.
Okay, and what do you want the physician to do today?
Well, I need to get him to either order the meds he was going to order for me because the other meds still ain't working. He had promised me to order some other. It started with a T. He'll know what it is, but he still ain't ordered it.
Alright, need the meds that he was going to order.
Yeah. It's almost like they act like they won't see me again or something. Sort of get the feeling, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like I'm just gonna kill over or something.
So you
But-
want him to,
Huh?
you need the meds that he was going to order for you.
Right.
Okay, what else?
And that's basically it. If you get those to me as soon as possible. And also let you know I did make it to the MRI the other day on the 29th. So it took them over an hour. They said it would be like 20 minutes.
Where was the MRI?
In Charleston.
Last week?
Yeah.
Did you ride the bus? The shuttle bus?
Yeah, I can't run car.
You drove?
Fun. I mean,
That doesn't hurt.
it all hurts. I mean, pain ain't the problem. I mean, if you can function with the pain, I mean, you can't just, you know.
I know, but sitting in the car for 2 hours.
Well, you gotta sit on the bus for 2 hours.
I know, with the bus you can move around. It's,
Well, I just, you know,
I know.
you gotta do what you gotta do. It ain't a choice sometimes.
I hear ya.
And you know, I make it up every time. I mean, I'm
That's a
hurting my hell,
positive. That's a positive thing.
but I say I'm an optimistic person, so.
Yeah, I hurt my back,
Yeah.
and I will not go back to a football game because I can't get up the stairs.
Right, that's easy. Well, I mean, I got my key now, and I can grab on the railing if I have to. So, you know, I take the elevator, of course, but you know, if I have to, I can take the stairs, but it's real slow going. No, I mean, I don't. Of course, I don't do what I used to could do. I mean, I was into martial arts before I fell, and I could do the Jean-Claude Van Damme's thing, sitting between two chairs. You ever seen the movie Bloodsport?
No, I'm not a movie part. I can't
Okay,
keep
well.
attention long enough to watch a movie.
Have you ever heard of Jean-Claude Van Damme? Maybe he's a martial artist.
I've heard of.
Okay, well, he could sit between two chairs and do a full split, and I used to could do that too before I joined the Navy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I was real limber like him because I got into it around 13, and that's pretty much the optimal age you want to get into it by, at least by that age,
Right.
and that way you can probably progress with it quicker.
Right.
And so anyway, that's when I got into it, and I was already doing. They had a little wind up machine where you do the full splits and stuff like that. So you wind it out, and I could already wind it out all the way out, and that's 180 degrees.
Wow.
Yeah.
So did you do that in school?
Yeah, I did that during junior high and high school. I started in the 8th grade and did it the whole time I was in school. Actually, I was picked on for being gay because I wasn't as forward as a lot of guys. I was trying to wait for the one, you know what I mean? The right female. And that ain't working out for me right now either, so.
So you just haven't found the right one.
Right. It's hard to do sometimes. I mean, it ain't for lack of trying. I had a few bad ones, you know, too. But you gotta take the good with the bad, and that's what they say.
Have you ever been married?
Yeah, briefly for about 6 months. That went downhill quickly. Well, when we met, she was just basically by herself, and she did tell me about her stepdaughter living with her mom in Arkansas and things like that. Or my stepdaughter, we got married and stuff like that, but she told me about her daughter living in Arkansas and things like that with her mom for about 2 years since her and the guy she had her with were both in the Navy. I think he was like an E5 and she was an E4. She was an ET and I forget what he was, but and they met when she was at her school for being an ET. Anyway, they got into a relationship and she got pregnant and had her daughter, and she was living with her mom. Anyway, in the I was on Portsmouth, which is near the hospital on near Norfolk, Virginia. And so anyway, we met at neurology department, and she seemed to take a sparking to me. You know, when I first saw her, I thought it was going to be love at first sight or something. Probably she recognized me. I don't know exactly what it was, but when I saw her, she sort of brightened up. You know how a person can, be moping and then they see you and they brighten up. So I thought, well, maybe it's love at first sight or something because, she wanted to meet me for lunch. So we went for lunch and things progressed from there. But, and we started, doing the wild thing. And, the relationship went from there. We got married within a month. And
Within a month?
yeah.
Don't you think that was too quick?
I don't know. I was coming off of a bunch of different bad relationships, like I said. When I got into the Navy, that's when I got, I sort of didn't care who I slept with anymore, as long as she was willing to be with me. And that was a, mistake
That's
there
not
too.
good.
Well, that's because one of my pastors tried to enlist me in church. When I got along with him, he tried to hug me and put his arm between my lips and told me I was uncomfortable with my sexuality. You know what that means. He was wanting a piece of butt. So I just said no and left. So that happened there, but he tried, and then he got involved in a big scandal with the Navy because he was near a Navy base. The Navy base is in Great Lakes, Illinois, and it was rumored he would, you ever heard of a hand job where a prostitute would give someone a hand job? Well, he was getting the younger men in the Navy to give him a hand job and giving them one too, is what I heard through the grapevine. And they were going to motel rooms and doing that. Things like that. And he got busted for it.
This was a preacher?
A preacher. And that's why I got all confused, of course. I was just trying to find any girl after that, you know what I mean? Because, you're in the Navy, it's a questionable thing anyway, because, the village people and things like that in the Navy. Well, that's fine too, because, some of them are rumored to be gay and some of them are not,
Right.
things like that. And like the YMCA and different places like that. And they say a lot of gay people come out of there and things like that. And, but anyway, to me, I was just going in to do the job,
Get
things
it
like
done.
that, get it done.
Right, right.
Well, when I got to my ship, one of them got electrocuted, and he seemed to hold a grudge against me the whole time after he got electrocuted. Now, I didn't know shit when I got to the ship. We don't know anything anyway, because you don't know your left from your right until you get to the ship, and they're supposed to train you. Well, I was on the ship for about 2 years, 6 months, well, 10 months total, and not once did anyone ever show me anything electrical. But what was it? But to do the watch or the red tags, which is where you sign the tags for your job to, cut off the electricity. Well, they were acting so weird towards me. The only thing I could figure out was they blamed me for what happened to Keenan when I had no electrical experience to begin with. So I get to the ship. The first month, the lieutenant told me not to touch anything to begin with, because I didn't know anything. And after that, you go to the kitchen or gallery, which is what we call it, and you do kitchen work. You do like the dishes, or you serve the officers, or you clean the staterooms, or whatever. Well, I did all of that the whole time I was there. So when I get back to the division, they train me in red tag and then with the watch, and that's all they ever trained me with. I never learned anything more electrical from them.
Wow. This is what I just got. This is my baby.
Aw.
She's in rehab because she
golden
broke.
retriever or something?
She's a lab. She
Lab.
broke her,
Oh.
tore her meniscus. Why is it not?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well,
Yeah. She's a cute dog.
I asked them to video it and they just sent it to me. There it is.
Okay. Aw.
It's a treadmill.
Yeah. I see.
Oop.
Ow. I'm just leaving Is she on the
Yeah, she's wearing her tail.
is she on the artificial legs or something?
No, they put a plate in.
Oh, okay.
And she goes to rehab.
Right.
She stays there for
Yeah.
a week and I bring her home. She's got to do
Oh.
13 weeks of rehab.
Mm-hmm.
But she has to hold her leg up to walk.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So,
I understand.
have you thought of aquatics? Just thinking about that.
Well, I'm trying. I'm trying to get a swim spa. Guess how much they cost? $25,000 at least. To even get one.
You know the aquatic center's cheap here
Where?
on Sally Mood.
How much is it?
It's not that much a month,
Okay.
and they have these cool water aerobics.
Yeah.
It's not.
Well, see, no one's telling me what to do. I don't know who to talk to. I mean, the VA.
This has nothing to do with the VA. This
Right.
is. I just
Well,
know.
I mean, that's what I mean.
I used to work.
I even go to Memorial or different
Right.
hospitals trying to get help from anyone.
I worked at the health department, and
Right.
everybody at lunch would go down to the aquatic center,
Uh-huh.
and they have water aerobics where you
Right.
put this weight with,
Yeah. I know.
and they walk across the pool and walk back, and that would be excellent.
Probably. Yeah.
But you have to go there and join, and I mean,
Right.
I want to say it's less than $25 a month.
Yeah.
If you're a veteran, I'm sure it's probably even less than that.
Well, I'd hope so, but where is it? I mean, I don't know anything about it. Not knowing.
Are you from Savannah?
I'm from Savannah, yeah. But I mean, being from Savannah don't mean you know everything in Savannah either.
True, true. You know
Yeah.
where the Humane Society is?
Yeah.
It's right down the street from across from the soccer fields.
Okay.
It's the Chatham County Aquatic Center.
Aquatic Center, yeah. I can look that up on the way back.
Yeah, that'll be something to do.
Mhm.
All right, let me go see if I can find Mr. Schwinnis.
Okay.
Because I'm going to make him come see you.
Okay.
Because if you saw my doctor, he wouldn't know anything about what's going on.
Right.
And then I was going to
Awesome.
send you over to same day, but if he know, we just need to keep him in the loop. 'Cause he's
Yeah.
the one that.
Right.
Do you agree?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Well, can I sit on
You
the
sure
chair there?
can.
Now my hamstring is hurting a little bit.
I got a chair here that's armless.
No, that's fine. I appreciate it.
There, is that better?
This is fine.
It gets hot in here. Okay, let me find him. I'm Stacy. Nice to
Nice to
meet
meet you,
you.
Stacy.
Good luck. Check out the aquatic center.
Yeah, well, I appreciate
what you
the
can-
information.
If they put the dog in the water
Yeah.
because they said she doesn't have to exert as much.
Energy, yeah.
Right. All right,
All right.
hold tight till
I will,
you can
thank
get
you.
in here. Okay,
Appreciate it.
you're welcome.
Is he not San Antonio? Oh, anymore. What you told me? What you told me? In the